Hey, what's happening, Roland? Well, today's Friday. Today's the update for the week, and it's been a great week. This is the last week of March, first week of April, and this is the spawning season. It's the turkey season. It's every kind of season. It's the best time of the year. Okay, for here in Florida. Now, first of all, I went out. I just want to explain a couple things. I went out this last weekend after I did the Friday update, and boom, the topwater bass were biting. This is a big old giant, almost 8-pound bass. Okay, now I'm just going to scroll through a couple of these and just let you know what's going on. The guys I fished with then the other guys started catching them. Here's my he had one almost 8 pounds on another topwater plug. Okay, and then his father, let me get this going. His father had a big one right here. If I can get it, it's hard to see it, but anyway, he had another big one. That was a 7 1/4, and we were doing YouTube stuff, by the way. All this is on film. Now that was this weekend. Okay, then what I did, I came in here and let's see, I caught a couple more fish. Let's see if I can get this right up. Okay, where is my daggone? Okay, that's just here. I'm trying to lose track of my stuff. Anyway, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, right here. Okay, here. Then Monday I go out and I go up to Arcadia. You know, the season, there's two turkey seasons in Florida. One is south of 70 highway, and that comes in the first part of March, and then the other one's north of 70, and it comes in 2 weeks later. So anyway, this was just the second week of the season. Now here's the deal. I'm going to show you what happened here. These turkeys came in, and that's just kind of the deal. Look, there's a dead turkey there. There's another turkey standing by it. It's hard to see it, and I'm just going to come out here real quick and then here's another turkey. This is after we shot this turkey. Here's two more tom turkeys hanging around the decoys, and so they wouldn't leave. And I was calling them, and the whole time I was just having a ball, just calling it. And got a big giant turkey. Now here's what I'm shooting again. And I just want to show you this deal. This is my 410 super load. That's that little. Look at that little bitty shell. It's a little bitty 410 shell. That's a little bitty 410 gun, and of course I got a big turkey with 1 1/4 spur. If you see the spur right there, really a giant turkey. But anyway, that's kind of what happened that week. Now I'm going to get back to the photograph, but I just want to talk about something I'm doing right now. I'm doing something kind of crazy. I'm taking turkey calls and I'm making them. Of course, you know that. But and it sounds real good. Okay, it sounds like a good turkey call. And it's all signed, it's all ready to go, it's ready to sell. But here's another kind of deal. I've taken some poplar wood and also butternut wood, and I've put this special waterproofing on there. Now listen to this. Okay, this is waterproofing. Good sound of call, but listen, when you dump it in the water, look at this water. I'm going to dump it in the water. I'm going to get this call all wet. And then normally you get the call all wet like this, and it won't work. Okay, it won't work. It works just as good underwater. It works just as good in the rain. And I'll camouflage this one. Now here's one that's not waterproofed. Here's just a nice turkey call that sounds really good. Get it wet. It goes. Doesn't have to work. I mean, it gets wet, really wet, and it just shuts down. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. It's just not doing it. But this one, wet, does it. So anyway, I'm perfecting waterproofing. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, let's get back to the fishing again, because after I hunted a day or so, which was Monday, then I went Tuesday back to the lake again, and boom! Look at this big old bass. I want to just show you that they were really biting the hardtail grub. That's only about a 6-pound bass. It's not real big, but the hardtail was a real big deal. Well, then we started with this other guide trip I had. I started throwing Let's see if I can get down to this last little part here. I can't get to the next little bunch of photographs. I had some 7 and 8 pounder. Here's one. Here's one right here. Let's see if that's a topwater fish. Hey, I'll tell you what that is. This one here is a whopper plopper fish. It's almost 8 pounds of a whopper plopper fish. Now this guy, I don't know if I can see it, but he caught one almost 8 pounds on a devil's horse. If I can find that picture, it was a topwater bite like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, I'm just going to tell you, the devil's horse and the topwater that was Wednesday and Thursday were on fire. It was just absolutely great. I wasn't at the Headwaters Lake. I went to a different lake. Okay, you've heard me talk about Headwaters. You've heard me talk about the stick marsh. How about Kenansville? Those other 8-pound bass were at Kenansville. It's part of that whole St. Johns River system. And it's all diked up farm fields. They're all full of hydrilla. It's kind of like Okeechobee. It's kind of like Kissimmee. There's hydrilla and big mats of hyacinths. And there's great topwater fishing. It was kind of the spawn. The full moon was just a couple days ago. So what we had just a super deal. Was you're taking these devil horses, just a standard devil's horse like this, okay? And I changed the hooks out, and I put the better hook on. I was using 20-pound monofilament. That's one thing. And then a whopper plopper, kind of the same deal. I'm doing the whopper plopper on another rod. Here's a whopper plopper rod right here. But anyway, you can see it's on a favorite rod, and it's the whopper plopper. That's a 110 series whopper plopper, and I'm running on a 50-pound braid. So there's kind of two ways to fish when you're over there. You can throw right up next as a target. You can throw right up next to the hyacinths, and there's an edge there, and the fish are underneath the hyacinths. So that's the devil horse deal. That's where you throw the devil horse right up close to it and just twitch it along real slow and easy, because they'll come out from underneath there and grab it. That's a target lure. Okay, then there's the open water lure, where you're throwing the whopper ploppers over great big expanses of hydrilla, and there's holes in the hydrilla. Some of you can see and some you can't see. So I'm throwing way past where I can see the holes. And when I see a hole, I throw to the hole. But it's just an open place in the hydrilla. Water's all 4 and 5 feet deep, so these open places could be possibly bedding areas. They could be just people. They don't like the thick stuff. They like these holes. So anyway, it was just a really great trip, and we just caught the fool out of bass. Actually, I fished over there for 4 days this week, so I really had a good deal. Between turkey hunting and bass fishing, it was really something. But that's not the good part of the week. The good part of the week was my favorite rods and reels came in. Look at this. This is the new 8-to-1 Solace reel, and that's so cool. That's a new white one, and it's all perfect. It's just ready to go. He sent me a whole bunch of them. That's the 8 ratio, and I like the 8s. I like the ratio 8s because I just like a faster retrieve. And that's the gold one. That's the same thing. And here's kind of the gunmetal color. It's the same reels, just 3 different colors. But hey, look what else I got. Look at this deal. Now we're talking. I got a whole bunch of new favorite rods, and they got this new series now. It's kind of cool. This is called the Defender series, I think it is. Yeah, Defender series. And what it's really kind of a cool deal. It's a patriotic kind of thing. And it's not a particularly expensive rod. It's just a $100 rod. It's one of the cheaper ones. But it really sells well, and it's got a good action. What this rod is a 7-foot medium heavy action. So that means it's great for senkos. It's great for throwing the devil's horse. It's great for a chatterbait. It's just a great all-around rod. A 7-foot medium heavy action is my #1 rod in all the series. Okay, then of course I go to the flipping sticks and stuff, and I go to the big whopper ploppers, and I have heavier rods. But not only that, but that's the Defender series rod. I have a couple of those. I have another set of rods, and this is the what rod is this? Six series. Well, anyway, that's another one, and that's not real expensive. It's a little bit more expensive. That's $129. But anyway, that is another one, medium heavy action. I got a whole bunch of them. Look at all these rods. I got them all. Oh, they're cool rods. Here's one I really like. This is the Absolute series. And these are kind of new series rods. And one thing that I complained about all these years was those ultra small guides. So I said, guys, come on, let's take away these micro guides. I hate the micro guides. And this one is again a 7-foot medium heavy action. 7-foot, medium heavy action, rated for 12 to 20 pound monofilament. Well, anyway, it's the perfect rod for me for senkos and topwater and all sorts of things. And I have a bunch of flipping sticks as well. But anyway, I got a bunch of rods and reels. I got a bunch of tackle. I've caught a lot of fish this week, shot some turkeys, made turkey calls. I've had a great week. So that's kind of what's happening in my week. Now, next week, we got kind of a different deal. I'm getting ready to go. I got another guide trip over to the Stick Marsh area, and I'll be doing that. But then I'm getting ready to go to Missouri, because I have a great big Bass Pro Shop deal in Dallas that I have to go to. It's another one of those World Championship bass tournaments, and that's going to be a real big deal. I helped with the last one, and I'll help with the one in Dallas, and then the week after that it'll be in Vegas. So I'll be out west, and I'll be doing YouTubes from out there. I'll be fishing some of Johnny Morris's properties. I'll be fishing bull shoals. I'll be fishing Table Rock. I'll be fishing all over the place, and I'll be doing some turkey hunting. So that's what's happening in my world. Keeping busy, fishing all the time, having a ball. Hey, hit that likes button. We'll see you again soon.